I got this beach cruiser last year for 20 bucks and it was rough when I picked it up, but I had to store it outside for the past year, so it went from rough to pretty well completely clapped out. So I want to do a budget restoration on it. I want to make this a quick video. I'm gonna strip the bike down some, but not fully. Again, it's a $20 bike, so it doesn't need to have forks removed and everything sandblasted and all that. We're just gonna clean it up. I'm gonna show you rust removal with white vinegar and red Scotch-Brite, which you've probably seen 100 times, but we'll see how good it turns out on this bike. And then I'm just gonna clean it up enough that we can go and use it to cruise at the beach. And I'm gonna be painting it with Rustoleum Marigold paint, which I think is pretty similar color, but it'll be a little bit of a color change. It'll look great. And then I also want to highlight, I have to put a new tube in the rear, so I'll do that almost with no tools, but we'll see how easy I can make it for everybody. And we'll see how the bike turns out. Here's what I'm doing first. I'm gonna pull off the little things. I'm going to get the rust removal process started because I am gonna leave it overnight. It does take quite a bit of time with the white vinegar method. So let's pull off the little things, leave it upright with the wheels on, the handlebars on, the seat on. I'm gonna rust removal those in place, and then tomorrow, when that's all done, I'll flip the bike over, pull the wheels, and sand the whole frame down. Leaving these things on will allow me to flip it over without having to suspend it from wires or prop it up somehow. It'll just make life a lot easier. So I'm gonna speed up this part of the video and just get the little things stripped off and get the rust removal started. Okay, that was almost the end of my security deposit there. I've never seen such dark black liquid come out of a seat before, so be careful when you flip it over. That's why I had plastic sitting on the seat there. Yikes. Chain breaker tool. It's like 10-15 bucks at Walmart or something. There's a couple different options, but this is the one I got and it works pretty well. So on these bike chains are only like 10 bucks to replace, but sometimes when they're rusted and crusty, I'll probably have to replace this one, but you need a chain breaker to remove or install a new one. And so on this one, what I've done in the past is just get 2 wrenches on here and just twist them apart to literally break these chains in half. With a chain breaker tool, it pushes out the pin, which is kind of cool. So I'm opening it up. There's a groove in here that you'll set your chain in there. You'll tighten this to the backside, and then I'll push the pin out with this one here. Pretty simple. I'm just gonna grab a random pin here, pushing it in there tightly, tightening the silver knob on the backside, like that. Then once that's tight, I'll tighten the black handle. Try to do it so you can see a little bit. It's a little tough, but it's going. Is it working? I think so. So you have to use one of these tools or break it or do something along those lines because these chains loop through the frame, there's no way for that to come out. So that's why if you're gonna do this, this is the best tool. So it looks like we're successful. Let's pull that out, loosen that, and boom, that easy. So that's, I have the pin here in the tool. So we're pushing out the pin. These don't really, some of them have master links, but you just push out one of the pins. Some of the cheaper replacements just have a pin. They don't have like a master link that you'd have on like a motorcycle or a dirt bike or anything like that. So push out one of the pins, it's separated, now I can take it off. That's all we need for rust removal. White vinegar, I'm just having a little dish because I'm gonna soak paper towels and wrap it on all these rusty pieces, and I'm gonna leave it overnight, maybe even up to 24 hours. Keeping it saturated, these paper towels saturated in white vinegar. Obviously overnight it's gonna dry out. If you gotta go work the next day, it's gonna dry out. Just keep it as wet or as moist as possible for the whole entire time, and it will, this rust, honestly, majority of it will melt off and will make our job so much easier. So I'm gonna put this on, leave it overnight, and then tomorrow, which will be a couple seconds for you guys, I'm gonna come through and we'll start getting this thing sanded, scuffed, you know, hit with the red Scotch-Brite, and should turn out pretty awesome. All right, here's the quick before, and I'll follow up with it tomorrow after it's done soaking. I just wrapped up every little thing that I possibly could, so we'll see how it looks tomorrow. That's the overnight difference. All that rust just soaking through. Peel this just to look at the rust. It's literally just peeling off into that rag. So that stuff will come off pretty easy with a red Scotch-Brite. Okay, actually I had to pull you back in for this because this is pretty impressive. So this has just been sitting overnight. This is vinegar, so I mean, look at how much just comes off just with that. Look at just that, just my finger. Grab my red Scotch-Brite. It's kind of tricky one-handed, but look, just a couple wipes and it's gone. I mean, that's pretty impressive. So let me get to scrubbing on all this. All right, admittedly that sucks. That's a lot of scrubbing. I'm gonna clean it with Sprayway glass cleaner. This is the only step I'm gonna use before paint. All right, first tack coat. I'm probably gonna do 2 medium coats, but the first one I like to keep super light. Just barely mist it on there to help the paint stick since we just lightly scuffed it up. So 2 medium coats, and I'm just gonna speed through that because I think you get the idea. Just this 2X cover stuff will run pretty easily. So keep the coats light to medium and just keep the can moving. Every once in a while, stop and shake it up and clean the tip if you have to, but Let's just get it done. Hey, that's not the same bike. Well, golden sunset when sprayed on a bike, or I'm sure other things, it's school bus yellow. It looks just terrible. So this is day 3. I got to sand the bike down again. And this time we painted it French lilac. It is a satin finish. I kind of wanted gloss, but I'll tell you what, the satin looks awesome. So it could use a little more cleanup, a little more polishing with, I don't know, steel wool or something, but for what it is, what it was, it is 1,000 times better. Look how clean these handlebars came out. Again, not perfect, but way better than we needed. I put these on just with hairspray. Just use regular female hairspray, spray it inside there, slide it on when it dries. It is not twisting anywhere, so that's it. I will never do another one of those again. Appreciate you watching.